So we are at the final destination. It is time for the final word. I want to start off with Brittany.
I could go.
Cause she out there shopping. I hope you getting me something. I like some lights cologne.
I got you. I think that this whole media itself, I think it's fucked up what they want to show. And I think it's more of, okay, let me take this off. I think it's more of who's going to get the most attention. If it's negative, which would be good for like the media outlet, so it's more to report on. So I just don't like the fact that they always spotlighting Black people negatively, whether it's in athletics, whether it's in music, whether it's in all types of aspects of media. I think it's just fucked up. But until we get like our own type of media outlet, we can control it. Like what happened to BET? It used to be Black owned at one point, but I think that got sold. We don't have any type of our own Black stations that doesn't have any Tyler Perryism on it, because I can't deal with that. So I just need something that gives me Black news, that's negative, positive, whatever. I need something like that. I need just positive music. I just need an overall revamp of Black culture, I'd just say. And I feel bad for R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, because you got other people that's doing the same thing, but they don't get recognized for the shit that they do.
True.
So reading is very fundamental. Don't always listen to the media as giving everything as telling the true story. Always do your research yourself. And that's it.
All right. I'm gonna pass this mic over to Josh. What's your final word?
I've always been taught, don't let your good be evil spoken of. That is a Bible verse, and I would like to change that. What I want to change about it is, as Black men being portrayed a certain way, if you are famous, if you are rich and famous, I think there are things you want to do, but at the end of the day, it has to come down to you just can't do it. And Black men have to be smarter, because we all know that we're being demonized on social media. So I put some of the blame on R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. I do put some blame on them. I do. Because they got to be smarter in how they're in their dealings. They have to understand that at the end of the day, you still a nigga to these people. I don't know why we continue to think that we can do what white people can. We can't. And that's okay. We shouldn't want to. So I'm not saying we have to walk on eggshells or kiss no ass, but what I am saying is the system is going to be unfair. And if we know that, then we have to move a certain way. You want to date young girls? Make sure they over 18, 19 years old. You want to give women drugs and stuff? Make sure they sign a consent that you're giving it to them. There was a show called The Game. I don't know, Brittany, do you remember The Game? It had
the Tamara Mari in it, and it was like football stuff. Yeah.
The star of the show named Malik played a star quarterback for a major NFL football team. Malik would have women sign consent forms before he did anything with them. And people thought that was a bit much. Do you think that now? When you're rich, you got to move different. If you rich and a Black man, you got to move way differently. And that's just the way it is. I know it sounds crazy, but when you're sitting in jail with multiple charges, you're going to wish you rethought it. So as Black men, we need to think better. We need to move different. The media is going to be the media. That's not going to change. But Black men, we need to move different. We need to make better decisions and better critical thinking.
All right. That was damn. All right. How can I follow that one? How can I follow that? As a Black man in America, I'm faced with multiple prejudices. I'm faced with multiple concerns. I am faced with deciding whether or not to ride with my community or not. I have my own discriminations against that. But the way we are portrayed brings about a whole different type of mindset. I know what happened in my community. I know the good people, I know the bad people. But just like in other cultures and communities, there are equally good and bad people. You can't show me on the news a whole bunch of little white kids that did a little drive for a family when it's Black kids that do the same thing. Why is it that when we see some Black people do good, we think there's a scam behind it? There's a scheme. It's because of how we're portrayed. And it's not just how we're portrayed in music and movies. It's how we identify ourselves. We identify ourselves as thugs, hustlers, players, pimps, savage, bitches, hoes. That self-appreciation is not there if we are to look at ourselves and demonize ourselves on our own accord. Think about it. We can argue all day the difference between nigger and nigger. But the bottom line is, it's still a demonizing word. You can change the meaning of a word, but you're not changing the actual vibe and emotion that goes behind it. I can't sit here and call my fellow brother a nigger. Do you think Philadelphia is called the city of nigger love? No, it's brotherly love. But we want to classify, oh, well, we took the power back for nigger. You did not take the power back. You're just using it in exchange for another derogatory word to bring you down. You can't use it in no positive or negative form, because it's all negative. There is no if or and or nothing about it. It's all negative. Josh was right. We have strayed so far from self-appreciation that we do not put ourselves first, humble ourselves first, love ourselves first. That's why we have the highest divorce rate, because we don't love ourselves. We don't cherish ourselves. We are subject to our own mutilation, while everybody is trying to adapt our culture. But we are our own problem of self-destruction. We're still chasing the fame of another culture instead of bringing fame and praise to our culture in a more positive attitude. And then when we do get there, you turn to situations or end up in situations like R. Kelly and Bill Cosby and a few others. We go from nothing to something and lose the whole mental mindset of watching out for oneself. Even to the point where you're afraid to bring people along with you because they cannot escape the negative mentality of, oh, man, we thugs all day long. Oh, we from the hood all day long. Why can't we be better than that? Why is our mindset so trapped into the systematic racism that was built around us for the neighborhood? We are facing extinction on multiple levels. And we are losing every battle that's put in front of us. Those that have made it have left us. Those that have made it have left us. And I'm gonna say it one more time. And you can call out any artist you want. Those that have made it have left us. They have assimilated into the rich population, and they are no longer with us. They can say what they want to say. They can do what they want to do. They can be fed up and want to do something, some change or whatever. They have left us and not going to return. Do they ride through the neighborhoods like that? In their nice cars? No. We have to change our portrayal from the bottom up. We have to. Or we'll continue to end up in these situations in front of the camera, trying to prove our innocence. While other cultures, white mainly, can get little hugs and forgiveness and all that stuff like that over the treachery that they bring to the table.
Very true.
This is Skip the Formalities. I'm your host, John J. We got Josh. We got Brittany. We do this every Thursday at 6 p.m. We just having discussions and conversation. Come in, join. You got something you got to say, put it in the comments. Anything else, leave it on your brain.